This creamy pineapple chicken might be one of the most overlooked Filipino dishes. We're all familiar with chicken adobo, tinola, and afritada, but this dish, rarely cooked and even more rarely talked about. Today we're going to cook Pininyahang Manok, a creamy, savory chicken stew with just a hint of sweetness from the pineapple. It's incredibly easy to make and uses simple, everyday ingredients. At the end of the video, I'll show you the complete list of ingredients with their approximate cost. If you want to skip straight to that, the timestamp is already in the description. Alright, let's start. First, strain 2 200-gram packs of pineapple tidbits. Most people use chunks, but I prefer tidbits. They're smaller, so they tend to spread more evenly through the sauce. But if you want to use chunks, you can use that too. We'll use the pineapple syrup to marinate 1 kilogram of chicken. Give it a good mix, making sure every piece is coated. The syrup not only adds a bit of sweetness, but also tenderizes the chicken naturally. Marinate for at least 30 minutes or up to a couple of hours if you want it extra tender. Next, let's prepare our vegetables, starting with 1 medium to large carrot. Trim off the ends, and to make things easier, we'll use a peeler. When peeling, hold the carrot firmly in one hand and slowly rotate it with the other. A simple trick that makes peeling faster and safer. Once peeled, cut the carrots into chunks, about this size. Make sure they're roughly the same size so they cook evenly. Set the carrot chunks in a bowl of water to keep them crisp and vibrant. Next, peel 2 medium-sized potatoes. Sometimes potatoes have small black spots that peeling alone won't remove. Most peelers have this little cloth thing often called a potato eye remover. It's actually meant for removing those spots. Once peeled and cleaned, cut the potatoes into chunks, just like the carrots, so they cook evenly. Then, set them aside along with the carrots to prevent discoloration while we prep the rest. Next, slice 1 medium-sized red onion into strips or julienne, or you can also dice it. Keep the cuts fairly even so they cook uniformly and soften nicely in the sauce. If you don't have red onion, white or yellow onions work just as well. Next, prepare the garlic. I'll be using about 4 to 5 cloves. Remove the root end, then lightly crush each clove to make peeling easier. Roughly chop the garlic. It doesn't need to be super fine, just enough to release its flavor. Then, set it aside. Next, slice 2 medium bell peppers. I'll be using 1 red and 1 green pepper for a nice color contrast. Make sure to remove the seeds, then slice them into even strips. Some people prefer cutting them into squares. Both ways work fine. Just keep the pieces fairly even so they cook nicely. The mix of colors not only looks great, but also adds a subtle difference in flavor. Set it aside. Alright, let's start cooking. Heat a pot or saute pan over medium heat and pour in around 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, add the carrot and potato chunks. Fry them for a few minutes until they start to soften and get a little color. This not only enhances their flavor but also gives the dish a deeper, richer taste later on. Once the carrots and potatoes are lightly fried, remove them from the pan and set them aside. Next, add the aromatics. To the hot pan, let's add our onion. Give it a little stir, then add the garlic. Saute them for a minute or 2 until fragrant. This releases their flavor and forms the base of our sauce. Next, let's give our marinated chicken a nice sear. Cook each side until it's nicely browned. This keeps it juicy and flavorful. Make sure not to overcrowd the pan. Do it in batches if necessary, so every piece gets a nice sear. Don't throw away the marinade. We'll use it later to add even more flavor. Next, season the chicken with 1.5 tablespoons of fish sauce. Then, this is optional, add 1 chicken broth cube for an extra boost of savory flavor. Let's add back our marinade. Then, season with some freshly ground black pepper, about 1 teaspoon or season to taste. Then add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt or again season to taste. Next, pour in 1 225 ml pack of coconut milk. You can also use coconut cream for a richer flavor, or even better, freshly squeezed gata or kakang gata if you have it. This will create a creamy base for our Pininyahang Manok sauce. If you don't have coconut milk, chicken stock or plain water can work too. Just tweak the seasonings a little bit. Bring the chicken to a gentle simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. This starts cooking the chicken and helps the flavors melt. Next, add back the fried carrots and potatoes. Give it another good mix, then simmer everything together for an additional 10 to 12 minutes until the chicken is fully cooked and the vegetables are tender. Make sure to mix everything around up halfway through to ensure even cooking all throughout. After the chicken and vegetables are nicely cooked, add the pineapple tidbits. Let it simmer for a few minutes so the sauce absorbs all that sweet pineapple flavor. Pineapple tidbits are kinda soft already. Adding them too early would make them mushy. Adding them last keeps them slightly firm. You can adjust the timing slightly depending on how soft or firm you like your pineapple. About 2 to 3 minutes for slightly firm or 5 minutes for softer pineapples. Lastly, add the bell peppers. Cooking them for a few minutes is enough. For this recipe, I usually don't cook the bell peppers directly on flame. I just add them at the end and let the residual heat from the dish soften them slightly. This keeps them tender crisp and still have that fresh flavor. Don't forget, we've included the full list of ingredients and measurements at the end of the video so you can easily follow along at home. Alright, time to taste. Like most Filipino dishes, this dish is best paired with a steaming cup of rice. Chicken on the rice. Add some veggies, then drizzle with that creamy sauce. The chicken is tender and juicy, infused with that creamy coconut sauce and that subtle sweetness from the pineapple. The carrots and potatoes are perfectly soft with a little bite, while the bell peppers stay vibrant and slightly crisp. Every bite is a balance of savory, sweet, and creamy. This dish is perfect for lunch or dinner, really. Comforting any time of the day. Here's the full list of ingredients I used, along with their approximate cost. You can pause the video or take a screenshot so you can have it for later. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this recipe or how it turned out for you, and subscribe for more easy recipes like this one. Thank you for cooking with me, and I'll see you in the next one.